facing reporters and apologizing. The Minnesota Democrat saying he's embarrassed and ashamed, now ending his silence on allegations of sexual misconduct.
I've let people down.
What he said about heading back to work, Family Feud, the Alabama Senate race, and the sexual assault accusations against Roy Moore, splitting not only the Republican Party, but even the first family. Why President Trump was irritated with daughter Ivanka, and what the president is now saying about that infamous Access Hollywood tape. Also breaking tonight, an arrest in the road rage shooting that left a car full of bullet holes on the highway. Plus, the grandmother believed to have been murdered, her 15-year-old grandson fleeing their Florida neighborhood, police arresting him near the Canadian border. And Cyber Monday deals, why shopping experts say they'll be gone fast. The one hot item, the big ticket flat screen, now 50% off, and why the best deals may be just hours away.
From ABC News, this is ABC World News Tonight.
And good evening. Thanks for joining us on this Sunday. I'm Tom Yamas, and we begin tonight with that breaking news. Senator Al Franken speaking with reporters for the first time since those allegations of sexual misconduct surfaced. The Minnesota Democrat saying he's embarrassed and ashamed over the accusations, and that he's heading back to work tomorrow to regain the trust of the people he let down. This as word emerged tonight that Congressman John Conyers of Michigan is stepping aside from his leadership position on the House Judiciary Committee over complaints about his conduct. ABC's Gloria Rivera on Capitol Hill starting us off.
Tonight, Senator Al Franken facing questions for the first time since sexual misconduct allegations against him. This interview to air tonight on Minnesota station WCCO.
Yes. I have a long way back. I have a long way back to win back the trust of the people of Minnesota. I've let people down.
4 women have accused the Minnesota Democrat of inappropriate touching. Franken also spoke with Minnesota Public Radio.
This whole thing has been, embarrassing, and it's been difficult. This has been a shock to me. I would never intentionally do that.
2 of the women claim he groped their backsides during a campaign photo op at a state fair.
Well, I take photographs at the state fair with thousands of people. I'm someone who, hugs people.
But Lindsay Menz did not think the contact was incidental.
Al Franken pulled me in towards him and then put his hand on my rear.
Leanne Tweeden in this photo was the first woman to come forward. Franken calling it
inexcusable. I am ashamed of that photo. She didn't have any ability to consent. She had every right to feel violated by that photo.
Franken says he is not resigning and will fully cooperate with the Ethics Committee investigation. Also dogged by accusations of sexual harassment, long-serving civil rights advocate Michigan Representative John Conyers. Former staffer Melanie Sloan says she was repeatedly berated and belittled by him.
I walked into his office, having been called up to brief him on something, and he was walking around in his underwear.
In a new statement today, Conyers says he will step down as a ranking member on the House Judiciary Committee, but not give up his seat. I deny these allegations, he said. I very much look forward to vindicating myself. Longtime ally Democratic leader Nancy Pelosi still standing by Conyers.
We are strengthened by due process. Just because someone is accused, and was it one accusation? Is it 2? I think there has to be. John Conyers is an icon in our country.
And Gloria Rivera joins us live from Capitol Hill. Gloria, Congresswoman Pelosi called on Roy Moore to take himself out of the Alabama Senate race, but we just heard her say Conyers deserves due process.
Tom, that's right. And one difference for Pelosi is that in Moore's case, a minor is involved. Roy Moore accused of the sexual assault of a minor. For Conyers, for Pelosi, she says zero tolerance means consequences on the Hill, and a full investigation should go forward. Tom?
Gloria Rivera on Capitol Hill tonight for us. Gloria, thank you. Let's turn now to that Senate race in Alabama. Allegations of sexual assault by Roy Moore on teenage girls causing a split in the president's own family while fracturing parts of the Republican Party. ABC News learning President Trump has taken issue with comments made by his daughter Ivanka surrounding the Moore allegations. Here's ABC's Lana Zock.
Tonight, the president increasingly at odds with his own family and party as he boosts the campaign of accused child molester Roy Moore by urging Alabama voters to defeat Democrat Doug Jones. Tweeting, "The last thing we need in Alabama and the U.S. Senate is a Schumer-Pelosi puppet who is weak on crime, weak on the border. Jones would be a disaster." Later adding, "Liberal Jones would be bad."
Well, that's a political decision by the president. He's definitely trying to throw a lifeline to Roy Moore.
The former Alabama judge faces accusations of sexual misconduct by 8 women, some of whom were teenagers at the time. Moore denies those allegations.
Well, he denies it. Look, he denies it. You're talking about, he said 40 years ago this did not happen. So, you know.
The president's comments in sharp contrast to those of his daughter and advisor Ivanka Trump, who earlier told the AP there's a special place in hell for people who prey on children. I've yet to see a valid explanation, and I have no reason to doubt the victims' accounts. Now ABC News has learned the president was not happy by Ivanka's quick reaction. And in the coming days, President Trump says he'll decide whether he'll hit the trail for more.
I can tell you, you don't need somebody who's soft on crime like Jones.
That decision expected as more than 20 Republican senators are calling for Moore to drop out.
It is pretty clear to me that the best thing that Roy Moore could do for the country is to move on.
The president's response to Moore complicated by his own accusations of sexual impropriety, including that Access Hollywood tape.
When you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the
When the tape surfaced, the president acknowledged that he said it and apologized. But sources confirmed to ABC News the president has recently questioned the authenticity of the tape when speaking to advisors and a Republican senator.
Lana Zach joins us now from West Palm Beach. The president now heading back to Washington, where he's preparing to meet with Senate Republicans to discuss tax reform on Tuesday. The president has promised to pass tax reform by Christmas, so where does that stand?
Well, Tom, this is the single most crucial issue facing the president before the end of the year. One version of the tax bill has passed the House, but it faces an uphill battle in the Senate where Republicans can only afford to lose 2 votes. And one issue of contention remains the idea that Republicans would try and repeal Obamacare's individual mandate as part of this bill. Tom?
Lana Zach reporting for us tonight. Lana, thank you. Now to a new report alleging the FBI failed to notify dozens of U.S. officials that Russian hackers were targeting personal email accounts. The Associated Press investigation found Gmail accounts of even senior policymakers were in the crosshairs of a cyber espionage group since 2015. The Bureau responding tonight saying it routinely notifies individuals and organizations of potential threats. Next to the 9th grader in custody tonight, a person of interest in the likely death of his grandmother. The teenager without a driver's license driving his grandmother's car all the way from Florida to the Canadian border before he was captured. Here's ABC's Ron Claiborne.
Tonight, the mystery of what happened to this Florida grandmother, her 15-year-old grandson, now behind bars in a New York juvenile detention center, being called a person of interest in her likely murder.
He's a person of interest because we need to talk to him about what may have taken place in the house.
Logan Mott being held on auto theft charges. A body police say matching the description of his grandmother, 53-year-old Christina French, was found buried in a shallow grave outside of her Jacksonville, Florida home last Wednesday. Her house ransacked, weapons missing, along with Mott.
It'd be highly unlikely to see a 9th grade 15-year-old boy with no criminal history commit a crime of this nature.
Mott, who had a learner's driving permit, was found after 3 days, allegedly driving his grandmother's 2015 Dodge Dart all the way from Jacksonville. The car spotted in Pennsylvania before the 9th grader was detained Friday on a bridge between New York State and Canada. Logan's mother, Carrie, who has not spoken to her son since his arrest, defending him.
He's never said a bad word to anybody, so it's just baffling.
In Florida, officials are awaiting the results of an autopsy to determine whether that body found in a shallow grave is Mott's grandmother, and if so, the cause of death. Tom?
Still so many questions surrounding this story. All right, Ron, thank you. Now to what police are calling an apparent road rage shooting incident on a major highway. The victims rushed to the hospital, and ABC's Victor Oquendo on the arrest just made tonight.
Tonight, Florida police making an arrest in this apparent road rage shooting that left 12 bullets in the side of a car.
The shooter was in a gray Toyota. FHP Turnpike is en route.
Florida Highway Patrol charging 33-year-old Kwanzaa Jermaine Donald with 2 counts of attempted murder. Police say around 10 o'clock Saturday morning, he was driving in a gray Toyota Camry and opened fire on a 37-year-old man and a 17-year-old girl sitting inside this red Chevy Impala, hitting the right side windows and doors.
Additional callers now advising few patients. From what we're getting, the shooter is not on scene.
Miraculously, both only suffering minor injuries, somehow avoiding a direct hit, wounded by glass and bullet fragments.
Be advised, we're getting multiple calls on this.
Troopers shut down the southbound lanes of the turnpike, gathering evidence and searching for that gray Camry and the driver. Police making the arrest after reviewing surveillance video.
Both of the victims are expected to make a full recovery. There's still no word on what started this, but the advice from Florida Highway Patrol tonight, do not engage other drivers. You never know if they're armed. Tom?
Victor Okendo for us tonight. Victor, thank you. Moving overseas now to Egypt, and they're blaming ISIS for the deadliest terror attack in that country's modern history. 305 people dead in an attack on a mosque in the Sinai Peninsula, up to 35 militants storming the mosque and opening fire. Egyptian officials saying the gunmen were carrying ISIS flags. Thus far, ISIS has not claimed responsibility for that attack. Next to the deadly air crash 500 miles off the coast of Okinawa, U.S. Navy officials now identifying the 3 sailors killed in last week's incident. Lieutenant Steve Combs, Airman Matthew Chilastri, and Airman apprentice Brian Grosso. Their C-2A Greyhound crashing in the Philippine Sea. 8 other sailors survived the accident. An investigation is now underway. And back here at home to the millions of Americans returning after the long Thanksgiving holiday, this day traditionally one of the busiest for travel. Drivers across the country crowding the nation's highways tonight. There's a live look at Chicago's drive home. And these airline passengers gathering for flights out of Philadelphia tonight. ABC's Ariel Reshef with more on the long journey home.
Tonight, record numbers of Americans heading home after the holiday. Major gridlock on the way into New York City. Cars in Los Angeles at a standstill.
What were you expecting when you decided to travel today?
A lot of traffic.
Took me about 4.5 hours to do a 2.5-hour journey.
9 out of 10 Thanksgiving travelers opting to drive. 45.5 million hitting the road. And take a look at this. The skies packed. Passengers stuck in long lines. The TSA expecting to screen 2.6 million people today alone.
I got a text from the airline and just that it'll be delayed by about an hour and a half.
The biggest headache, San Francisco. Wind and fog delaying some flights by more than 3 hours.
San Francisco is very crowded, yeah.
Trains filled to the brim. Amtrak deploying its entire fleet.
Tom, Monday is also supposed to be slammed on the roads. The travel site Waze says if you can avoid it, don't drive between 4 and 6 p.m. Tom?
Ariel Reshef for us tonight. Ariel, thank you. And moving on out of the volcano, lighting up skies over Indonesia. Mount Aguning on the island of Bali erupting several times this weekend, spewing ash 13,000 feet high. Those ash clouds disrupting some international flights to the popular tourist destination. There's still much more ahead on World News Tonight this Sunday. The bumpy landing, how a United jet managed to get on the ground despite several blown tires. And didn't get your fill of shopping on Black Friday? Then get ready for Cyber Monday, how to score the best online deals. And later, a 12-year-old piano prodigy makes his Carnegie Hall debut, how he overcame a life-threatening disease to appear on this stage. Stay with us.
This is ABC World News Tonight, brought to you by Bright House Financial, established by MetLife.
Volatile markets, something we all think about as we head into retirement. It's why Bright House Financial is committed to help protect what you've earned and ensure it lasts. Introducing Shield Annuities, a line of products that allow you to take advantage of growth opportunities while maintaining a level of protection in down markets, so you can head into retirement with confidence. Talk with your advisor about Shield Annuities from Bright House Financial, established by MetLife.
Lower back pain has met its match. Aleve Direct Therapy, the only remote-controlled TENS device that's drug-free, wire-free for deep penetrating lower back pain relief. Get Aleve Direct Therapy, now $10 off with a coupon at Walgreens.
If you're burdened by belly pain and constipation, and you've tried any number of laxatives, probiotics, and fiber, it could be wearing on you. Tell your doctor what you've tried and how long you've been at it. Linzess works differently from laxatives. Linzess treats adults with IBS with constipation or chronic constipation. It can help relieve your belly pain and lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements that are easier to pass. Do not give Linzess to children less than 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to less than 18. It may harm them. Don't take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with blood.